Well, hello everybody and welcome to Jeff's Baking Blog. Today I'm going to make a Velvety cream cheese loaf cake. So this is going to be a loaf cake with some cream cheese mixed into the butter. Very simple recipe, and I start off by preheating my oven to 160 Celsius. That's 140 Celsius with a fan, 325 Fahrenheit. And I've lightly greased a 2 pound or a 900 gram loaf pan. So I'll go on to the ingredients, and for this I have 200 grams, which is 14 tablespoons of softened unsalted butter, 85 grams, 6 tablespoons of cream cheese, 300 grams, 1.5 cups of caster sugar, 210 grams, a third of a cup plus 1 tablespoon of plain flour, 5 medium eggs, which would be large in the USA, 4 grams, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 3 grams, half a teaspoon of salt, 10 millilitres, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and 1.5 millilitres, a quarter of a teaspoon of almond extract. And that's all the ingredients. And we're going to start off by creaming the butter and the cream cheese together. So I'm going to put the butter, now you can do this with a hand mixer, or you can do it in a stand mixer, or you can do it by hand if you want to. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to put my butter into my mixer, and I'm going to add the cream cheese in as well. And I'm simply going to cream those together until they're fully combined. And I should say I'm going to scrape the bowl down to make sure that I get them nicely combined. So that's nice and fluffy now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my flour, my baking powder, my salt and my sugar. But I'm going to put the baking powder and the salt into the flour. And I'm just going to mix that a little bit with a whisk, just to get the baking powder distributed a little bit. Like that, and then I'm going to put that into the bowl, and I'm going to add the sugar in as well, and I'm going to mix those until I have a nice stiff batter basically. And that's good like that. So then I'm going to add in my almond extract and the vanilla extract and my eggs, but I'm going to add the eggs one at a time and mix them until they're all fully combined into the batter. So that's got the batter mixed, and I'm simply going to put that into my loaf tin. So I'm just going to scrape round the bowl first of all, and then I'm going to pour that into the loaf tin. And with that in the tin, I'm simply going to spread it around to level it off. And that's good like that. I'm going to put it into the oven and I'm going to bake it for between 80 and 90 minutes. I'll test it after 80 minutes, and if a skewer poked into the centre comes out clean, that's fine. If not, I'll leave it in for a little bit longer. And then once the skewer does come out clean, I take it out of the oven and leave it in the tin for about 10 minutes. Then I'll transfer it to a wire rack and allow it to cool completely, and then I'll come back and show you the results. I baked my velvety cream cheese loaf cake for 80 minutes and I tested it with a skewer and it came out clean. So I've allowed it to cool down, and this is what it looks like. And as you can see, I've cut a slice or two. So I'll just break a piece off and have a taste of it. Has a lovely soft texture to it. I get the vanilla coming through and just the slightest little hint of almond as well. So this is actually a very easy cake to make. It takes time because it's got to bake obviously, but very easy to make. So that's going to be it for this recipe. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please give me the thumbs up below and click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the top right hand corner of the screen there'll be an eye that you can click on, and that will take you to a link for the recipe, and I'll put a link below the video as well. And I'll be back with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, happy baking.